bonus is game-changing. So don't forget, it's the top 20 solos that will place in the money. And before even placing, if someone can drop that big bonus. Now, keep in mind, it's per point, per elimination after 7. So at 8, you're giving 7.5K. At 9, you're getting 7.5K. If you got 10, that's another 7.5K. And the trend continues. Zypan currently the closest one we've seen. 7 eliminations. He had that moment last game. He was right in front of someone, and they unfortunately eliminated him. Couldn't see the big bonus. Again, we've got 2 games left to go. Whew! Are you guys psyched? I'm psyched. Are you psyched?
I'm psyched.
They're psyched. Let's also take a look at the standings coming into these final 2 games. So Camo currently sits at the top with 7 eliminations. Right behind him is Boyer, Tinny, and Rojo, all tied with 6. Right behind them, Merrick, Zypan, Baines, and Heisel all have 5 points. So there's really only a few point difference here, and don't forget it's top 20 that place in the money. So we'll hop over to the next page, and we'll see who currently sits in number 20. It's Macau. So Tyovsky, currently they're all in battle, so is Harmy, even like Svenos, DK, and Rennick. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Even Yzma, that's where the chain stops. So if any of them can get 1 additional point, that's it. They're top 20.
Definitely.
And they still have 2 games left. Yeah. What are you hoping to see? For me, big bonus. That's it. Just do everything you've been doing.
Yeah.
Make these rotations, make these decisions, and then give us a big bonus. That's all we want to see.
Nah, I think the same. I'm with you on that 100%. You took the words out of my mouth. I just want to see a big bonus. And when I do see a big bonus, I got a row of party poppers in front of me. And it's happening mid-game.
There you go.
What's happening now?
What's happening now? Fortnite. Wait, did we do it again? Do it again one more time.
I'm doing one now.
Fortnite. Bam. Yeah, man. The games today have been incredible. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is the European scene. We have 6 games lined up for them. Shortly after that, we'll take a small little a break almost, and then we'll be back for 6 games in the North American scene. It's going to be an awesome day. We're almost halfway through this first one. It's been awesome casting with you.
Oh, thank you.
Myth has provided some pretty incredible commentary.
I try. I just hope somebody's learning something out there. That's and then if I do that, then my goal is reached. I'm not trying to like overanalyze things and sound like I know everything. I'm just trying to give what I see, basically, and I hope that it's definitely insightful for some of you guys out there.
There you go. Coming out of those first 4 games, we actually have some highlights coming out of the top 3 competitors currently. Let's take a look, man. So right here, Camo. This guy has been on fire all games. We've seen him just putting up those big numbers, and this is why he's currently top 3. Now again, Smith, we've got 2 games left to play. We saw even coming out of the game number 3, Tinny drops 5 eliminations in Victory Out. That puts him in 3rd. So it's not over until that final game is played, so we can kind of get those final standings. It's still anyone's game, and anyone could show up, right? If someone has 0 points.
Look at Boyer.
Yeah, man.
Coming in huge here in that game-winning match. That was phenomenal.
Just some really incredible play all around. I mean, the rotations have been sound. You've got the play. I mean, this is the game where Tinny comes out of nowhere, right? With 0 points on the board, says, I'm going to find 5 eliminations, and I'm going to get myself a Victory Royale. I'd like, I believe right now he's currently sitting in 3rd, right? Because we have an entire board shifted down. But man, oh man, these games have set the pace for the final 2. Like we talked about, we just need to see more of that. Do all of this that you're doing again for the last 2 games. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I think a big note is I really want to see when it comes to like these late game decisions and this late game aggression. I want to see people play these rotations outright, and I want to see them, you know, when they have these kits that are meant for this late game aggression, for like this tunnel aggression, like make it happen, but prioritize just being safe first and then go for it. So hopefully we'll see that in here in the match 5.
Match number 5. Here we go. It is time for the second to last game. Don't forget, for you guys at home, hit us with that hashtag Fall Skirmish. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know how you're enjoying all of the action. But here we go. Starting off with Scosis, man. Let's check out this battle bus. It's going north to south. I mean, right off the gate, what's surprising is we already see people hop out. A lot of times we see people like right at the halfway part of the map. They're like, okay, well now is go time. We're gonna hop out now. But right off the gate, everyone look how many little diamonds there are heading over to Risky Reels. Even potentially Wailing Woods, Floating Island is also sitting there.
Yep. A lot of points for contention here. And what I like to see is, you know, you see Scosis right now as well playing the mansion on top of Haunted Hills. I think it's an interesting solo run.
Yeah.
It provides, you basically can farm max brick up there if you wish to. You could drop down to Haunted Hills, farm that out. You can make a rotation off Haunted Hills and go toward the house that's west of Pleasant, beneath that hill. Farm wood there, rotate out with the shadow, with the shadow stones, and really make something for yourself there. So, but I do think that, like, if the circle is far away, you could put yourself in an unfortunate position. And I think Scosis unfortunately didn't see that person there, but he has the ability to spray down people. And here we go, motel. This is your motel engagement, basically. What happens here? One person drops broken, another person will go toward motel, and the person broken won this time around.
Wow. Sanity says, I am the nutcracker.
That's a hand cannon shot to the dome. It does that. It does that.
And now he's just
those.
like, all right, well, this has been fun here. I've got this rift to go. I've got your loot up top.
Yeah, he just needs to hang out there, and he has zone. So he has a lot of farming potential being in that motel area. And here we go, Jiren. There are multiple people in Tilted Towers again. A few more people with more shield than we've seen before. You got a Marcotte having the entire apartment structure to himself. That's good. But I see Kenstar and Shlomi both playing L's. It might turn out to be in the same situation where these guys are contesting L's together and put themselves in a situation where, hey, Marge is just able to rotate on top of your guys' heads and hold you guys down there forever. So I don't know why the people that play there continue to play there, but hopefully we see something new come out of it next game. We got JL Tomo with the double barrel, not in the effective range for the double barrel. His opponent knows he doesn't have it. He should come out clean. That is really, really unfortunate there for Toma. He used a double barrel and the range there just isn't right. It's just that just wasn't the right time to take those shots, and he although he had the HP lead, he ended up paying the price for it, and Brody comes out big there, gets the elimination.
Back over to Tilted, man.
Kinstar and Shlomi. It's gonna be back and forth with these guys going back and forth, and I just want to see. And there you go. You got people from other buildings. They won out on the action.
Let's take a look at this.
Toma.
This is Toma.
Early game
how
engagement.
Things unfolded. We actually found an elimination there in Yoshi, but they couldn't call it up.
Oh, this is a Marcotte. So he did
right.
he did contest for that and picked up an elimination early, which is pretty nice. And this is Sanity with his insane hit. Wait for it. Oh!
Got him.
Just wipes him off the side of that building. He's just gone.
That's it.
And now Ads it's weird to see Tilted Towers meta play out in these matches. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like in North America people are so aggressive in Tilted Towers, and I don't know if this is the first thing that I've been noticing. The differences between EU and NA gameplay is when people are Tilted Towers, they're just like hanging out there and just kind of waiting their time out. They know they have the rotation for free, but they're not getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
When in compared to NA, you know, the people are there. They get circled. They're like, nah, we scrapping. Like,
yeah.
I want to be the king of Tilted Towers. Is the mentality there, and it's really interesting to see the shift. And here now we have Archangel trying to get some shots in his opponent, glided away, disengaged, and both of these guys hanging on around Fatal. A lot of opportunity to get stacked up on mats here. Also, a lot of risk involved, though. With Fatal, there's a lot of rotations for other people to make. There are rifts that come from the southeast side of the map that people could take that still spawn around your Pleasant Park area. So, Paradise area. And that could be a huge risk. So, it's going to be interesting to see how these players play it out. But on to Nova and Salty. He's hanging out Blue House. Nothing much happening for him, though. He seems to have one Salty overall. Maybe like one person drop there with him. That's his elimination that he has.
Right.
And he kind of has it all himself. Some people might rotate in, rotate out, but it looks like he's just trying to get himself together overall. And here is a replay of a fight that actually happened, Salty, where Eric just lets him have it.
Yeah, there you go.
And back to Tilted Towers, it's
Kinstar, man.
It's so strange.
It's just like you're saying.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm baffled by this concept in a way because it doesn't seem. I don't understand it because it doesn't seem effective in many ways. I don't understand what's the larger what's the outcome out of it. What are you getting by not really moving and just hitting these walls that don't give you efficient enough brick? You have to go for those eliminations if you're going to drop Tilted because that's the rich part of Tilted, the amount of loot. But here we have a looks like, is this a 3-way fight? No, it's a 2-way fight, sorry, between Archangel, and he has the high ground. He has the heavy shotgun, and he's going to give it to him.
There you go. That's such a great point, though, dude. Over at Tilted, I mean, that's the whole point of Tilted is you land, you try to find eliminations. And sure, if you own Tilted, at that point you could say, like, all right, I'm going to sit here and farm up all the things that I want, but they're, like you're saying, they're just, and it's, the thing is, too, the longer you wait, the more you're just sitting in a house, you're not farming, you're not collecting more loot, you're not getting yourself in a position to rotate, you're just kind of waiting almost too long, you know?
Yeah, Zeke, exactly.
Now over to the Pain. So we get a north side circle. The circle is nearing Tilted like we've seen a little bit. It's nearing between these two corrupted zones. So these guys are going to have to start to rotate. Archangel's just chilling, though. He's like, I've got a little bit of time. This circle's right there.
Yeah. And and it seems like the same people are in Tilted right now. Just looking at the map. The zone is closing in, Zeke. People are forced to move now. Things are happening. And people are still in Tilted with 0 eliminations and 200 mats. Yeah, so this is, it's going to be interesting to just see how it plays out. I kind of want to keep an eye on these people Tilted, because what tends to happen is that they reach a point, they reach their boiling point, and they're like, hey, it's time to leave. At that point, it's like, okay, you know, you could have done this years ago. About it a little bit more. You're going to be in a safe position, and you're most likely not going to be in a vulnerable spot to get shot by your other opponents. You could just be in a building. The only real opportunity for people to shoot are windows. So if nobody moves from their building, you just farm your building, you hang out, you play a very low risk, and hey, buds.
Lei was trying to just be like,
going up against Miss Rage, trying to find this elimination grab to have the sniper be taking the time to reload the double barrel, knowing that you could basically kill this guy, or sorry, eliminate this person with just a scratch of any bullet. So that's what his plan is. Just play the low ground, wait for him to peek, and maybe spray him down with an SMG. He doesn't have to play too insane right now to get this elimination. So I want to see him just take his time, play it out slowly, and bring Freaka to him. Because if he could do that, like he's doing, he's going for the breakdown. He knows he could win these.
So quick wall,
and there
but it's not enough.
Played it out slow, played it patiently. Beautiful play by MZ.
And then after all that, he didn't even affect his health. So he's just going to top off with a half shield. He gets to keep his med kit and then take all that extra loot.
Yes.
Check out this replay from Arctix. There you go.
Yep, that was Arctix. And Arctix seemed to be the healthiest person in Tilted in terms of material economy, actually. He seemed to have around 600-700 mats when everybody was in shambles, around 200-300.
Yeah, it was nothing.
He's doing something right, and I think players should look at that. If they are going to play Tilted, and if they're going to play this passive style of Tilted, they should do that. The pump shot misses for Evelyn, and here we go. DK just taking it home, basically. Free kill handed him.
Yep,
he's going to take it.
Punish. He's like, if you're gonna miss, man, I'm not going to miss. Nice try.
Yep. Oh, vending machine.
The vending machine with the minis.
And so back to what I wanted to talk about when our fellow player here decided to trade and not take the minigun over the sniper. I think there was an opportunity missed there. I don't know. I don't think there are enough eliminations, or there's enough elimination opportunity during like these parts of the game where just trying to third party somebody with a sniper. Those shots are those type of kills aren't very common. Simply because players are always moving. You don't have a lot of opportunity to hit people. And Loya lasered by MZ, getting these eliminations that are showing up to be huge here. But yeah, back to the minigun. The minigun, you're able to use it in a lot more situations than that sniper. So why not take that, have it as something where you could get into somebody's face, spray them down. I mean, there's most times where you could win a battle with a minigun if the person doesn't have a double barrel in most situations. Like you could get in their face and do that, or just completely just waste all their mats and then hard push them. So I wish I would have seen that out of that player, him taking the minigun over the sniper, but that is long far past. We have MZ taking a shadow cube, getting into the circle. This is quite a free rotation from him. I don't know if there's that many people posted up on these hills, but good play overall, being able to just use those and get into the zone quite freely. Now around the land bridge around Tomato Temple, we do have Wiki going up against an opponent, repping the Lucky Llamas. Can I get the banners in chat, please and thank you? I know your emote mode, so let me see them.
There you go.
All right.
Look how many players around here, Myth.
Yeah.
We got one northbound, some out in the west coming in.
And they're both fighting for the speck of land, which I find to be quite interesting in the zone. They're both playing for that high ground on that, when they're all going to have to push into those opponents. So right now, I would question if staying here is worth it. We hear some chaos happening somewhere else. Getting RPG'd, there's a lot of pressure here. I would heavily consider just leaving this and going somewhere else. Unfortunately, it's too late for Wixie. John gonna apply the pressure when it matters the most. Wixie gonna try to apply some pressure back, gains the high ground, has a solid position over his opponent. His opponent playing for the high ground back again. Wixie trying to heal up in any way he can. He has a grappler. I don't know if he'll try to go for high ground here or if he'll go for the disengage, but he has to make something happen. His opponent knows he's low and he has an RPG, but John just holding the high. He's playing it a bit slower, which I respect. Which I respect, because at the end of the day, he knows for a fact John will never let him heal. You want to know why? He has an RPG. If he lets him, if he lets him heal, that's a flaw on John. But John, definitely, there should be no opportunity for Wixie to heal, and guess what? He isn't. So we'll see how John play it out.
I mean, he does have the 5 rockets, right? It's almost like, why not just start burning some of these rockets to cut through
the campfire
and find
does come out. The campfire and the minis do come out. John did not take advantage of his pressure that he had, and in turn, he is paying the cost every single second that that campfire is going off.
Right.
And guess what? Wixie's playing for the high ground.
Oh, man. You got the roof.
Third parties are coming in now. Third parties are coming in. There's a lot of tension here between these two players, where they're just kind of going for the high ground, one after the other. But now, look what happened. Both of these players said, hey, you know, this engagement really wasn't worth it. Let's rotate out. So there's something about having that sort of foresight and just even taking a second to slow down and look the other way. I know that, you know, obviously these players can't see the players on the map, but that 1x1 wasn't built there before. That was visible. They both had knowledge that people were not built up on the edge of the circle, and one of them could have gotten to the zone a lot earlier, in my opinion. I think that entire engagement could have been avoided. And they both one of these guys could have come out in a better situation. And in theory, both of them, because they both wasted mats, they both wasted ammunition. And
rockets.
Yeah, rockets. And, you know, the health in the campfire was missing well. And Spanos, in a tight situation here, go for the grappler play.
Is it enough?
Oh, the spray from up above. Wait, no, wasn't up above?
Yeah. Yep, he did it mid-air.
Using those shockwaves to make the best of his position, get into a position that's more favorable, is what it looks like. Yeah, he's in a pretty good position. And there we're back with Wixie and John, and this is going to be a tell to be honest, because I think both of these players, it seems like they both have this play style where they're both hyper focused on each other. So I think it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens and develops out of both of these players. It's going to be an interesting time.
20 seconds before this next circle reveals itself. That's a good point, though, man. They're still just here. They haven't really done anything. They fought for a little while. John wasted a bunch of rockets, and now we're just kind of back to square one. Like, hey, man, I respect you. You know I'm here. I know you're here. We'll fight in a little bit. Yeah, man.
That's the scary part of all of this. And here's the thing. Camo, I'm certain if we pen to Camo, he has 2K mats. Or he'll have at least 1,500. And maybe I'm eating my own words here, but he had the northwest position of the map completely alone again. He had